Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's Monday afternoon, and here are today's notices. And there's a slightly different tone to today's notices because I want to take a little bit of time out from our usual routine, things we normally talk about, to talk about events on Friday night over the weekend, and to talk about the reasons why we came together for a minute's silence this morning at Holyport College. I'm going to start with a little story. Many of you will know my daughter Millie from the notices, from seeing her around and about. Millie's 16 months old and she's just learning to talk. And the majority of her words come from the very hungry caterpillar. She can tell you apple, pear, plum. She can talk about the cat, she can talk about things she sees around her. But on Saturday night, I was shocked when she picked up a new word. And on Saturday night, we just had her tea. We put the telly on because we were going to watch In the Night Garden, which starts at 6:20. And I thought I'll just watch 10 minutes of the news. And I guess I'd watched various bits of news over the weekend and on Friday night, because obviously there was a lot going on in the world. And so I turned the news on and there was the footage of the Germany-France football match taken from a mobile phone in the stands. And there was a commentator talking over the top. And he obviously used the word bomb several times, and then you could hear the explosions in the background. And Millie looked up at the TV and said, "Bomb." And that scared me, because living in a world where a 16-month-old already knows the word bomb and associates that with an explosion outside a football match worries me. And it worries me about the world she's going to grow up in and the values that I can teach her, and essentially what the future of this world is going to be. But that also got me to thinking, because there's so much scaremongering and so much negativity, and so much talk of what's next and what's the solution to this and where does the problem come from. And actually that made me realise that the work we're doing here at Holyport College is even more important, because ultimately I can't fix the world, and much as I like to think that you guys all have a really bright future ahead of you, I can't promise that you're definitely going to change the world, that we're going to be able to put right the wrongs that lead to a 16-month-old learning the word bomb from the television. But what I can tell you is this: as we stood together in a moment of silent reflection this morning, what occurred to me is why what we're doing is so important, and what those values are that are so important to us. The values of acceptance, of accepting our differences, the values of community, of working together and making sure that nobody is left out of that community, that nobody is left feeling marginalised, feeling angry, feeling like the community doesn't care about them. The values of forgiveness, of not holding grudges against one another, not seeking revenge for things that have gone wrong, but genuinely forgiving and moving on. The values of working together, of caring for one another, of really forging something where we can make the world a better place, just in our own way. Because if each and every single one of us takes those values to heart, looks after the people around us, whoever they are, wherever they come from, and ultimately as we move on into the world, takes those values with us and spreads them as best we can and in our own way, then we will be doing something to make the world a better place. And we will be doing something where, when you look at your own children many years from now, when they're 16 months old, maybe they've got a few more years before they learn that word. So the message for me today is that it's been some appalling events over the weekend in Paris, in Beirut, in Iraq, and all over the world, and they won't be the last such events. It's scary, and nobody really knows what the future holds or what the right thing for governments to do or any of those things are. But what is important is that we maintain our values, our sense of community, our care and love for one another, and that we do that together and move forwards together. So a slightly different message from me today. I hope you all have a good afternoon, and I'll see you tomorrow.